Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 video game companies that could be acquired next in 2022.
Your associates, who are they?
For this list, we'll be looking at publicly traded video game companies that could be next to be purchased. To be clear, we're not saying Sony, Microsoft, or anyone else should try to acquire these companies. But Microsoft has been on a shopping spree over the last couple of years, and PlayStation CEO Jim Ryan promised that more acquisitions were coming after Bungie. Which of these acquisitions do you think is the most likely? Are there any we missed? Head to the comments and let us know. Number 10. Konami. There was a time when Konami was one of the most respected publishers in the industry, but that time has long since passed. The company doesn't seem as concerned with the quality of its games as it once was. The latest entries in Contra and Castlevania didn't exactly impress fans. We still haven't forgotten about the very public falling out with the Metal Gear creator Hideo Kojima. Plus, there's a laundry list of reasons why eFootball 2022 topped our list of worst games in 2021. Still, Konami offers a treasure trove of IPs that Sony or Microsoft would be lucky to have. With new management, we could finally see the return of some beloved franchises produced in a way that fans would eat up.
Don't get me wrong, I'm a pacifist, so mine can't be more than this. Explosives are not what it takes to know the terrorist soul.
Number 9. Electronic Arts.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Completes this to Callaway over on the right side.
With each passing year, EA finds new ways to anger its fans. Yearly releases of its sports titles, which change very little but cost full price, has resulted in multiple review bombs. Its handling of the Star Wars license has been shaky at best, and Battlefield 2042 fell short of sales expectations, causing EA stock to drop.
Stop! Watch out!
Despite all this, EA still normally rakes in the dough. That means an acquisition would likely be pretty expensive, if it was considered at all. But recent events have shown that none of us know what will happen next. An acquisition could help improve EA's public image and give a new parent company a lot of talented developers and popular IPs to work with. Number 8. Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment. Reports of Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment being sold off by parent company AT&T started circulating in 2020. Nothing came of it then, with AT&T instead opting to merge Warner Media with Discovery. The games division mostly merged intact, save for mobile developer Playdemic, which was sold to EA for $1.4 billion in 2021. However, the merger doesn't completely rule out an acquisition should Sony or Microsoft come knocking with the right price.
Let's get one thing straight. When I kill a man, I expect him to stay dead.
If not the entirety of Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment, we could see one of its subsidiaries being scooped up, like Playdemic. Others, like Rocksteady, NetherRealm, or Monolith, would all be incredibly beneficial developers to add to Sony or Microsoft's team. Whether the studios would be able to keep their Warner Bros. Licenses is another story. Number 7. Ubisoft. Just like Activision Blizzard, Ubisoft has been dealing with its own abundance of abuse allegations. If Microsoft thinks it can course correct for its recent studio purchase, it may get the sense it can work here too. However, what's probably more enticing are the massive built-in fan bases. Ubisoft can satisfy both single-player and multiplayer fans with the likes of Assassin's Creed and the Tom Clancy series.
If an operator falls behind enemy lines and fails to extract, they go MIA.
Unfortunately, the quality of its releases has taken a dip. The latest Tom Clancy games weren't as well received as previous entries. Ubisoft's formula for open-world action-adventure games is growing a bit stale, and its battle royale game, Hyperscape, is shutting down on April 28, 2022. For multiple reasons, Ubisoft may accept some outside help.
To conclude, I'm fully committed to leading the change at Ubisoft.
Number 6. Square Enix. With Bethesda and Blizzard, among several others, Microsoft is pretty set with great RPG studios. If Sony wanted to even the playing field, it could acquire a studio that it already has a wonderful relationship with. Ever since the first PlayStation, Final Fantasy has been mostly linked to Sony. Final Fantasy VII Remake was exclusive to PS4 for over a year before it came to PC. The upcoming 16 will also be a timed exclusive to PS5. That's not to mention all the other RPG franchises Square Enix has under its belt. Additionally, Tomb Raider would fit nicely among Sony's narrative-driven franchises. This purchase could also help Sony expand its Marvel gaming universe, as Square Enix published 2021's Guardians of the Galaxy. Number 5. CD Projekt Red. Who knows if the Polish government would actually allow this to happen? But if it did, either Sony or Microsoft would gain an extremely talented development studio. The company's work on The Witcher helped lead to a popular TV adaptation and likely led to many of us discovering Andrzej Sapkowski's books. In early 2021, CD Projekt Red announced it would work on multiple AAA games at once.
Your associates. Who are they? How did you acquire fiscal material?
With how it fumbled the launch of Cyberpunk 2077, we can't help but think about how extra resources could ensure that it doesn't happen again. Even with Microsoft's bevy of RPG creators, an acquisition of CD Projekt Red might be too good to pass up, even with the baggage of its latest launch. Number 4. Remedy Entertainment. If either Microsoft or Sony decided to acquire Remedy Entertainment, they'd be getting a studio on a meteoric rise. 2019's Control was a massive hit for the studio and earned it a plethora of awards. It is also currently expanding, with sequels to Control and Alan Wake in development, and plans to open a new studio in 2022.
The sheriff took me to the lake Alice and I had stayed at, but the cabin had disappeared.
However, it has 2 other games in the works, including an online game codenamed Vanguard. That's a pretty full plate, and it might be open to an acquisition to gain more resources and continue to expand. Remedy already has a positive relationship with Microsoft, having partnered with them on the aforementioned Alan Wake and 2016's Quantum Break. But maybe Sony will snag them just like Bungie.
What is it? What? Something's wrong.
Number 3. Bloober Team.
The missing boy was last seen wearing a green t-shirt and a Baltimore Crows cap. Local authorities are organizing a search party in the Black Hills Forest.
It's not the most recognizable name on this list, but no one should discount Bloober Team. The studio has been steadily making a name for itself over the past few years through great psychological horror releases. The Blair Witch and The Medium were both extremely tense and praised for their moody atmospheres.
That thing almost got me. What the hell is it?
It came from shame.
The studio reportedly entered acquisition discussions with various companies in 2020, though nothing came of it. However, it announced a partnership with Konami in 2021 that had everyone guessing it would be the studio to bring Silent Hill back to life. While that's not confirmed, that partnership could lead to Bloober Team's biggest release so far. If Sony or Microsoft were interested, they'd get a great up-and-coming studio without breaking the bank.
I didn't see that, Peter. Ballsy move, kid. Ballsy move.
Number 2. FromSoftware. FromSoftware's work is so well known that it sparks difficulty discussions with every release and has essentially created its own subgenre, Soulsborne. From Demon Souls to Sekiro, no one does dark fantasy better. That means both Microsoft and Sony would be lucky to acquire the studio. We'd give the edge to Sony though. Both are Japanese companies, and FromSoftware has already released a couple of PlayStation exclusives, including 2015's stellar Bloodborne. This shows they have a great working relationship, but Microsoft could still swoop in. CEO of Microsoft Gaming Phil Spencer has expressed interest in adding a Japanese developer in the past, even though the ZeniMax acquisition earned Microsoft Tango Gameworks. FromSoftware has a passionate following, so this acquisition would be a major deal.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Capcom. Of all the studios Microsoft or Sony could acquire, Capcom would be the most beneficial to either. Having been around since before the NES, the company comes with some of the most beloved franchises in gaming. Street Fighter, Devil May Cry, Mega Man, Resident Evil, the list goes on. It would help Microsoft expand further into horror and bring in a robust online community with Monster Hunter. But it would be a smart match for Sony as well, considering all versions of Street Fighter V were console exclusives to the PS4. Sony also bought EVO in 2021, a fighting game tournament where Street Fighter is huge. Regardless of which company purchased it, bringing Capcom into the fold would be the smartest purchase.
In the mood for more awesome gaming content? Be sure to check out this video here on Mojo Plays. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.